This tiny little device is a travel essential for everyone. And it almost looks like Apple made it, right? Because it looks very similar to the AirPods design. Actually, it's not made by Apple. This is AirFly Pro 2 and this is made by a company called 12 South. And they make some of the best and most beautiful Apple accessories you've ever seen. And I've been working with them together for years now, and they were kindly enough willing to sponsor this YouTube video about their new product, AirFly Pro 2, which is the successor of their first generation AirFly Pro or AirFly Pro 1, which is going viral everywhere. When you look up like what are essential travel accessories, AirFly Pro will definitely be on the top 3. But of course, the first question might be, what does AirFly Pro or AirFly Pro 2 do? And basically you can connect AirFly Pro to the in-flight entertainment system on any plane, and then simply connect your AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones to the in-flight entertainment. So you don't need to use the dirty and useless headphones that airlines are giving you, but you can just use your own AirPods Max or any other headphones with Bluetooth on your trip. And what's great with this is that active noise cancellation on AirPods is truly outstanding, truly amazing, and especially during flights, your surround audio, the sounds of the engines and other people is so annoying, and this is an absolute game changer. So you might ask yourself, why, for example, should I upgrade from the AirFly Pro 1 to the AirFly Pro 2? Or even if you don't have an AirFly Pro, why should you get the second generation over the first generation? And at first, there are some noticeable differences that you should know about and that are actually worth it in my opinion. So let's start what's in the box with AirFly Pro 2. You now get obviously AirFly Pro 2. You get a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, as well as this nice little travel pouch. So yeah, you can put everything together. I like to put my AirPods Pro 2 in the pouch as well, so I have everything nice together in one little package. Next up, if we have a closer look at AirFly Pro 1 versus AirFly Pro 2 at the design, we can see some noticeable changes, and the biggest changes are actually to the button layout. The layout has been changed significantly. You can see already that we have the word AirFly that is now changed from vertical to horizontal. We got dedicated volume buttons in the front compared to the dedicated pairing button on AirFly Pro 1. On the sides, there are also some big changes. AirFly Pro 2 now has dedicated pairing buttons as well as a on and off switch, and the TX and RX switch are still available on both. Although I'd like to mention something about the volume buttons on the front, because it depends your airplane, but in some instances when you connect AirFly Pro, it is somewhere in the back or in the bottom, and it's pretty annoying to reach out to the volume buttons. So yeah, it's a nice addition when AirFly Pro 2 is in front of you so that you can adjust it pretty quickly, but in some instances it's not really useful because yeah, AirFly Pro 2 is like hidden somewhere underneath or on the side, and it's just annoying to reach out to it. Also, it's important to know that AirFly Pro 2 is slightly bigger than AirFly Pro 1. I think this has mostly to do with the fact that there are more buttons now on the outside. Also, I'd like to mention that the on and off switch is actually really useful because it can save you a lot of battery life. You can just immediately turn off AirFly Pro 2 if you're not using it anymore, thus saving you battery life. Also, talking about battery, it can happen that you're traveling and you didn't charge AirFly Pro 2. Well, don't worry, I have this little hack for you. You simply need to have your iPhone as well as a USB-C charging cable, so you can charge other devices with your iPhone. Many people are actually forgetting about that. So let's say your AirFly Pro 2 aren't charged, then you can just easily connect them to your iPhone with USB-C to USB-C, and boom, you can charge them quickly and get some juice for your flight, and make sure to use them then. Pretty easy, but so useful. Both AirFly Pro 1 and AirFly Pro 2 have around 24 hours of battery life. It's a little bit more on AirFly Pro 2, and this could partly have to do with the fact that there's a new Qualcomm chip in here, which brings us to the audio and ANC improvements on AirFly Pro 2. AirFly Pro 2 comes with a QCC3056 Qualcomm audio chip, And this new change actually brings Bluetooth 5.3, so we have a more stable and reliable connection with your headphones or AirPods. Also, this brings some improved audio quality. We now get support for aptX adaptive audio, and the new Qualcomm chip also improves the ANC because we now get Qualcomm's echo cancelling and a noise suppression technology, which is so helpful during your flight. As I mentioned in the intro, active noise cancellation is essential when you're on a long flight and want to experience your movie in peace. So when it comes to pairing your headphones, both AirFly Pro 1 and AirFly Pro 2 can pair two headphones, but it was a little bit less easy to do that on AirFly Pro 1. We only had like one way of pairing headphones or AirPods, whereas now you have two dedicated pairing buttons, and this makes it so much easier. So you can pair or unpair one pair of headphones or AirPods really easily and have the other connected without any problems. And this was a bit more tedious with the first generation of AirFly Pro. So I've been talking a lot about using AirFly Pro on an airplane, but there are actually some other use cases in which AirFly Pro is amazing. So you can, for example, connect it to a car or a treadmill and then connect it with your phone and transfer or receive audio from these sources. And what's a nice little upgrade with AirFly Pro 2 is that we now have echo cancelling and noise suppression. So this means that when, for example, you're in a car and you're talking with somebody on the phone, this definitely is going to help you sound clearer and better to the other person, as well as hearing the other person better. Now let's go to the price. So AirFly Pro, the first generation, was priced at $54.99 US, and AirFly Pro 2 is priced at $59.99. So there's a $5 increase in price, and I think you should 100% pay the $5 more for AirFly Pro 2 with all the new features and capabilities I just mentioned. Honestly, it's just a small price increase. That's the price of a cup of coffee to get the second generation of AirFly Pro 2, and definitely worth it in my opinion. Okay, so to sum up, AirFly Pro 2 is an amazing upgrade, but there are some cons. One of them being we still get a USB-A to USB-C cable. This would be great if it had been a USB-C to USB-C cable. I mean, not many people are using USB-A anymore. Secondly, we have the slightly bigger form factor. I mean, it's not like that kind of a big deal. We're talking here about such a small device already. But yeah, it would have been great if AirFly Pro 2 would have kept more or less a similar size. And lastly, the $5 price difference can be a con for some. I still think it's worth to pay the extra $5 to get AirFly Pro 2, but for some people this might be a problem, which of course I respect. Now, what are some of the big pros here? Well, I love the new buttons. I love the new dedicated pairing buttons. Also, the on and off switch is definitely underestimated. It can save you some battery life, which can be essential for when you have long trips. Bluetooth 5.3 is an absolute game changer as well for more reliable and stable connection. And obviously with the new Qualcomm chip, we get better audio and ANC experiences. And that's something I definitely noted during my trips of using both AirFly Pro 1 and AirFly Pro 2. So lastly, I have some small recommendations for the third generation of AirFly Pro. So AirFly Pro 3, if 12 South plans on making a third generation of AirFly Pro. And my most requested feature would be to get a Find My support. So basically you have AirFly Pro 3 function as an AirTag as well. So I can put this in my luggage with my bag, and let's say I lose it, then AirFly Pro 3 functions as an AirTag with Find My support, meaning I have to buy one AirTag less. I think this device is the ideal size and would be great to have that. So what I also would love to see on the third generation of AirFly Pro is support for other codecs, and specifically for the AAC codec when you're in transmit mode. So yeah, that's one of the best codecs when it comes to AirPods. So it will be great to see that on the third generation. I think most users are users with AirPods. And lastly, longer battery life. I'd love to have around like 40 hours and the possibility to quick charge, again with that requested USB-C to USB-C cable. So yeah, that's absolutely everything you need to know about AirFly Pro 1 and AirFly Pro 2 and why you should upgrade to the second generation of AirFly Pro. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Also make sure to share this with somebody who's traveling a lot and who absolutely needs to have this essential travel accessory. I'm never traveling without this thing again. And with saying that, thanks for being here. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell bell icon, like this video, and see you in the next one. Peace.